How does rail gauge impact mountain train journeys? Imagine winding your way through towering mountains, surrounded by breathtaking scenery, on a train that seems perfectly suited for the rugged terrain. The secret behind these incredible journeys lies in something called rail gauge. Rail gauge is the distance between the two rails on a railway track. This measurement plays a big role in how mountain trains navigate challenging landscapes. Narrow gauge tracks, which are less than 1,435 millimeters or 4 feet 8.5 inches apart, are especially popular in mountain regions. Their narrower width allows trains to make sharper turns and climb steeper slopes, which is essential when the terrain is rugged and space is tight. This means trains can access remote valleys, narrow mountain passes, and tiny villages that larger, broader gauge trains simply cannot reach. Because narrow gauge tracks are smaller, the infrastructure needed, like bridges, tunnels, and track beds, can also be built lighter and smaller. This cuts down on construction costs and makes it easier to build in difficult terrain. That's why many scenic mountain railways, like the Swiss Jungfrau Railway or the Cumbres and Toltec Scenic Railroad in the United States, use narrow gauge tracks. However, there are some trade-offs. Narrow gauge trains tend to travel at slower speeds and might feel a bit bumpier because of the narrower track and lighter construction. Also, if a mountain railway connects to a broader gauge network, passengers or cargo might need to transfer to different trains or have wheel assemblies changed, which can add a little extra time to the journey. On the other hand, broader gauge tracks offer more stability at higher speeds and can carry heavier loads, which is useful in busy routes. But in mountain areas, the higher costs and engineering challenges of wider tracks often make narrow gauge the smarter choice. For travelers seeking adventure and scenic beauty, narrow gauge railways provide a more intimate experience. They allow you to enjoy spectacular views and reach destinations that feel truly special and off the beaten path. The engineering involved in navigating steep slopes and tight curves adds a sense of excitement and authenticity to the trip. Many top mountain rail destinations, like the Swiss Alps or the American Southwest, use narrow gauge tracks because they strike the perfect balance between practicality and scenic appeal. So, the gauge of the train track shapes the whole mountain journey by balancing cost, engineering, and the overall experience. Narrow gauge railways make it possible to explore remote, stunning landscapes affordably and comfortably, making them a favorite for those looking for memorable mountain rail getaways.